We're Amanda and Nick, and we just bought a 56-year-old travel trailer off the local classifieds. We've never renovated something like this before and thought it would be a fun challenge to turn this into our dream camper. Today, we're finally starting with the demo.
We have mold. What is going on?
Wiring in this trailer is a complete mess.
We are beginners at this sort of thing. These videos are not at all intended to be how-to videos. Today is kind of one of those days where I was just like, man, I just did not know what I was getting into.
It's demo day. This is probably the original bed couch that came in here, and I love this pattern. So cool. I wish we could use it. I love this. You don't? I think the flowers are really pretty. These cushions are just safety pinned together.
This is where we noticed the major leak during all those rainstorms, and we've been pretty curious to look under here. This is like very soft. See what kind of damage is up in here. I was actually expecting worse. The frame looks pretty fine, and none of the frame is soft. All that wood is still pretty solid.
Really, with this project, we're not trying to strip everything down to the studs and start over entirely. Like, we want to keep as much as we can. This right here is by far one of the weirdest decor choices in this whole trailer, so I'm definitely taking this down. It is a rusty saw blade. Alright. What?
Slow it down. Beginner mode.
Now, goodbye to the rusty saw blade.
Don't let it fall on your head. Oh, good. It'll stay on its own.
Oh my god, where's the pry bar? Is it glued on here?
It's important for the structure of the trailer.
Someone was like, I have got to have this saw blade on here for all of time. We can't allow this to stay. I don't know how we're gonna begin to find all the tiny little holes that might be there.
There's one.
Yeah, you can see the sky out there. We got demo day 2. We're gonna try to get this side of the paneling out. I'm wearing better boots, work boots. I have mostly minimalist shoes, and that is not great for the workplace where there are nails, so I have my winter boots on now. Power tools! We have mold.
Throw the trailer out.
We're done with this. Yeah. I don't have a ton of experience with power tools. My expertise is more in painting, just general design, but demo day is not really where I shine.
Correct.
A random screw just poking out right here.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
that. Look at all the screws in this piece.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the wiring down here. What is going on? This is the water tank. You're excited to do all the wiring though, right?
I'd prefer it was already perfect, but I know how to do that stuff, so Yeah, I'm excited.
We are finishing up demo for the day. I realized today that I just don't really love demo day. I can't wait to build up the trailer. Nick is still working hard, tearing away the paneling over there. What did you just find?
Pasta.
What happened?
Amanda locked us in the trailer. I had to break in, and police officer on a bike happened to be going by, so we had a good conversation. Once he saw the inside of the trailer, he thought, why would anyone want to break into this? And so he believed us.
To finish up the demo, Nick ended up replacing a small soft spot on the floor and sealing the floor with a few coats of a heavy-duty primer. Between the mold, the probable asbestos in the old flooring, and all the anxiety that followed, I learned that I really do not enjoy demo days, and I'm so glad it's over.
So you remember what Amanda said when we first got this trailer?
We want to keep as much as we can. We're not trying to strip everything down to the studs.
We ended up almost gutting the whole thing. You can see all the walls here. We pulled off all the paneling. We just kind of kept finding weak paneling that we wanted to replace and then make sure there was no mold underneath. We found out the window leaks and the back corner. Some of the frame pieces are a little older, so we decided to replace those, especially around the window.
This is the worst piece of wood that we found, and it's pretty rotted, so that's gonna come out.
So I replaced these. This one I could just pull apart with my fingers before, so now the window will have something solid to mount to. We left some of the cabinets, the kind of wardrobe cabinet above the kitchen, and then this front one. May even end up replacing those, but they're okay for now, and we can kind of move on to next step, which is electrical and rewiring everything from the 7-pin plug and then solar, our battery system, and how we're gonna have lights. So that's up next.
Our adorable retro stove is out. My original intention was to keep it, but I'm doubting it. Overall, we're in for a bigger project than I think we were initially planning, but I'm so excited because now we're getting close to the part where we're gonna start to build it back up, and I'm starting to think about the design and colors and the features that we're gonna want in here to really make it our own.
I was promised an easy painting project, and then we would be done with the trailer.
You were not. I did not lead with that.
There's a lot of stuff that was like just barely holding on. So I think it'll be good to like have confidence in everything. When we sit on the benches, we know we won't fall through and that sort of thing. So may still decide to rip some of this out, but the bulk of it is done and we can move on to like fun projects, actually improving things and not just tearing them apart.
We still haven't fixed the leaks. You know, we're not experts at this, so we might be doing things a little out of order.
The wiring in this trailer is a complete mess. The wire coming from our light to a connector to 4 inches of wire to a connector to more wire feeding down here, and then we got this whole mess of stuff, different colors, bare wire. This is our old 7-pin. You can see it's kind of falling apart. All the wires covered in tape, piece of garden hose. So we'll replace that. And then down here, this is all wrapped in a garden hose. We got this weird bit. I'm not sure what's going on there. I can tell that there's been a lot of random small fixes, but people didn't want to pull panels and run new wires. So it'll be good to strip all of that away, get all new wiring throughout the whole thing, and then we know our external lights will run well from the 7-pin, and we'll install solar and have that charging a big battery, and that'll power everything in here. And we decided we're not even gonna do plug-in power. I think our devices are small enough and we're not really gonna be using a ton of electricity, so just the battery bank should keep us covered. Lights. These are pretty close to what's on there now.
We ended up going with these. And these.
These are just the exterior lights that are on when we're towing.
We did end up taking out this shelf back here. I kind of want to do, I think, an open shelf there, so I think that'll make this
feel bigger, and then we can just build that from scratch. So we did end up taking that out too. We're not trying to strip everything down to the studs. Hello. Oh, the new light right there. And then Nick's working on all the wiring here.
Go out and look at this light
Okay.
and that one and tell me if they turn on.
No. No. Oh, that one's going on. Yeah. It's blinking.
Okay, now it's on.
Now it's on. Yeah.
Doing things right.
Good job.
Yeah.
Now you got some lights that work. What's all that squeaking?
This thing's not very stable.
It's not a dance floor.
No.
This is what we're working with here. These are the old lights. It's a red one, but it was supposed to be orange in that spot. And then this is the new light.
Shutdown for the day. If it's gonna be hotter, I definitely want to try and get this wiring done today.
The high today is supposed to be like 75-ish, but then the rest of the week it's getting up to the mid 90s. So that's gonna be tough. I think we're going to try to keep these, clean them up, clean this whole thing up, and then maybe hook up some LED lights in here and just reuse these big, beautiful brake lights. We just took the slats that were on the bed out. There's a lot of staples in here, so I'm just trying to take these out. We'll set these aside and see what we can reuse when we go to rebuild the bed. Nick got to the trailer early this morning, so I'm bringing him some breakfast and some iced coffee and see the progress. Hello. What you up to?
Drink.
I brought you some iced coffee and some sourdough bread with an egg.
Oh, talked to my dad for a while.
Yeah.
Just running through all the electrical stuff and saw no problems with it.
For lights, we decided that through the center, we're just gonna do some basic low profile LED lights. One above the table here, maybe one more in the middle, and then one towards the end. And then right here, I believe it's going to be centered, so a shelf's gonna come out here and then centered in this area. We will have a fun light fixture here, some lights under the kitchen cabinets, and then one more fun light fixture will go here above the bed, and those two maybe will match ideally. I know that I have two light fixtures that I get to pick out for the trailer. Power from the truck to the new pin that Nick put in.
Oh, that's not good. Nothing works. Maybe it wasn't in all the way.
The lights are working.
All right, let me hit the brake.
You did it. It only took you a week and a half. After Nick got all of the new lights installed and working, we moved on to the insulation. I'm having fun with the insulation. It's like a little puzzle, finding scrap pieces that can fit in some of the smaller cracks. We made pretty good progress. Hopefully we'll finish all the insulation tomorrow. The insulation was relatively easy, and I settled into the routine of measuring and cutting over and over and over until the whole trailer was done. Now we go see if it actually fits. Today was such a hot, tiring day, but really exciting because we made some progress that we can actually see.
Let's get out of here.
We saw cedar planks in Home Depot just as we were casually looking around, and they're really thin and they have a tongue and groove, so they should be pretty easy to install and easy to get this nice curve in the back.
So then we thought, let's maybe do a nice open shelf here. We are actually going to build something. I know I've been saying that and I've been thinking that every day we get to the trailer. I'm like, yes, today's the day we're gonna build, but today is actually that day. Wow, it does smell really strong. I love it. Look how thin this is. I think it's gonna be really cool. It's also very light. I jokingly told Nick that this little cedar shelf we're building is gonna be my yarn shelf. I'm just gonna put all my yarn up there. This was a little bit harder than we thought it was gonna be, but it looks so good.
Yeah.
I hope that this actually stays looking good in the long term.
Well,
It's gotten me so excited to like start seeing some progress in here.
yeah, I can't wait.
Coming up on our vintage camper renovation.
Major hole right here. It's not a fun job. This is our life now.
It's gonna be alright.